Adam Peters spoke this morning. A lot of it was about Terry McLaurin. There were a couple other updates. Dan Quinn said Sam Cosme's back in business. He's fine. He's working his way back. I think that's kind of been the assessment. There's not even that much. There's not even that many position battles going into camp. You'd really like to see Trey Amos emerge. Sure looks like Will Harris is going to take over that safety position vacated by Jeremy Chinn's departure. Non-Terry McLaurin division, B. What do you think is the biggest training camp storyline for Washington? I think your mic's off.
Is going to be damn. I'm going to still go with the D line, how they come together, because last year the biggest problem was run defense, and they went out and they addressed that issue. It's going to be, how does that come about? Do they come in and they start hitting the ground running? Does that chemistry form? And do they have an impact?
I think that's a good one. To me, now we're separating out Terry, right? Because that's a real unfolding, developing situation. I think the D-line's a really good one. And I almost think of it as like a whole front seven as far as trying to stop the run better. It's got to happen. I think the O-line's really interesting too, and not in a, oh man, can they do it? But to me, the O-line conversation is more, how much better can they be?
Yeah.
Dude, Tunsil's a big-time player, man. And
I think you're hitting on something, Jay, because last year when they faltered as an offense, the offensive line had gotten a little banged up, but they didn't have enough depth. They showed the production fell off. This year, it looks, on paper, they have more depth. And you should expect, if something were to happen, they can still keep going.
They should be deeper. And if your bookends, if Tunsil just matches his level of play, that's going to be really good, right? Now, maybe he'll be better. I mean, who knows? That could go a lot of ways. I think Tunsil should immediately make them better. And then if Connerly could play, dude, Cliff Kingsbury's leaving love notes on Adam Peters' desk to draft a kid.
Hey, man, they didn't draft the guy in the first round. They don't think he can't play. Right? That kid's athletic, man. It's just getting him, the biggest problem for young guys coming to the NFL. In college, if you're a better athlete than most, you can make mistake after mistake and still be very, very successful. In the NFL, if you're not consistent, you make those mistakes, they're going to be, you'll find out real quick. And the small mistake in college that didn't hurt you, it's going to hurt you dramatically in the pros. So it's making sure those young guys can get up to speed rather quickly.
For sure. I think we've talked about the running back situation. They did release Mike Wiley today. That's just to make room for Von Miller. But that running back situation is deep and complicated. At the top, you've got two players that are good football players in Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler.
Yeah.
Eckler at one point was great. I think he's still quite good. B-Rob has shown flashes of great, has been quite good. Both those guys deal with injuries.
Yeah.
And can you stay healthy? They draft a kid in the 7th round that got absolutely screwed by the NCAA, and maybe he's a Friday night, Saturday morning kind of pick if the NCAA doesn't absolutely screw a kid just so they can assert some authority.
I ask this question to you, though.
And you still got C-Rod and McNichols.
Can somebody come just out the blue and make a battle into something that we don't expect?
Yeah.
I remember James Thrash when he came to this team. James Thrash came in. He was a consummate pro. If the coach told him run run to that corner right there, put your nose on the corner, come in, he's going to do exactly what the coach said. And then he showed he could return as well. James came in and made them realize this kid can play football, keep him on the team. Who's going to be that type of guy?
Well, dude, last year, and I'm not comparing him to Thrash.
Owens was a guy like that last year.
Well, Thrash had exactly. Tyler Owens from day one was like, okay, that dude's on.
Everybody was like, who? Like you hear coaches, you hear all the staff start to say, yeah, Tyler Owens. I just kept hearing his name, so I started watching. I'm like, this dude wasn't drafted. You know what I mean? He can play, dog.
The one question I would have wanted to get asked today, and eventually they're going to have to release a training camp roster at some point. I think it's pretty clear Cosme will probably start on the PUP list. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's anybody else that's going to land on there. And maybe we don't need to ask this question because we should actually get some visible answer to it tomorrow. I need to know what's up with Noah Brown. It seemed like a really bad situation in minicamp, and then he ended up being okay by the looks of his Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that thing right there, when you have those, just the fear can make it look a little worse than what it is. Because when they rushed him in and then you hit the bump and he kind of screams.
Yeah.
It makes you think it's more. But, you know, you going in, you don't expect to have no bump like that.
Sure. So. And you're just also reacting in the moment, some mix of frustration, everything else.
100.
This is interesting, though. So ESPN.com did a story of the biggest storyline for every NFL team going into camp. And I'm reading now. I think Kime wrote this. After its best season in 33 years, can the Commanders provide a worthy encore in Coach Dan Quinn's second season? Was last season just the culmination of magical finishes and catching lightning in a bottle with a dynamic rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels? Or can they build off an NFC Championship game appearance? Those are all questions facing the Commanders as training camp begins. They want to prove that 2024 wasn't a fluke. Washington has not made the playoffs in consecutive seasons since 91-92. BMitch had a mustache. Nor has it won double-digit regular season games in back-to-back seasons since 89-91. The Commanders retained their entire coaching staff. They improved the talent on the offensive line and increased the depth on the defensive front. But they have the 8th hardest schedule in the NFL, though the easiest in the NFC East. Daniels, though, now allows them to dream big every year. So for Kime, it's like the biggest storyline is just prove last year was real.
Yeah.
And I think that's a challenge to them. And knowing DQ a little bit, I think he's very excited.
I would say it's not a challenge to them. It's something tough to prove. But we've seen a whole change in mindset over there. You know, we've heard a lot of talk over the years when Ron came in and the things he would say and even before him, but you never, ever truly felt that all that stuff was in order, right? Now, it seems like it's all in order because when you hear someone say something, you could be completely somewhere opposite. You hear the exact same thing. They all preach the same stuff. Players, coaches, all of them.
Even week to week, the theme of the week you hear all over, up and down the building.
So, and then when you watch it, you know, just a mere little thing like this here. You remember when they started doing the little bag drills?
Yep.
I don't know if it was you or somebody that you say.
I think it was me.
It was you. You say, are they going to do that when things start going bad? I say, if it's something that they keep doing and the coach is consistent with it, it'll become a battle, like a battle cry for them. And you watch them every practice throughout the year. They went at it. Coming into off season when they went out there, they did the exact same stuff. They went at it.
Yeah.
And you saw how quick the new guys caught on to it, which tells you ownership has been taken by the guys inside the locker room, not the guys up there in the offices. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And they are letting the guys know how things are. This is a ritual we do right here. Let's get it done. So that little simple thing makes me say, like, they now have guys who are preaching the message. Normally, coaches are the ones doing it. But when the players start doing it, you got you something there.